Crypto markets are down. Potentially there's a war coming in the Middle East. Airdrops are still a play, and there's plenty more alpha with my actionables in today's video. It's the 13th of April, and this is your daily Solana debrief. So starting at CoinGecko, we can see there's been a major flush in the markets. Having a look here with Bitcoin, just straight down basically went. Solana was hit very, very hard. And if you're new to crypto, then you're going to notice that Solana and other altcoins similar to it are going to be hit harder than Bitcoin. Bitcoin will be hit the softest. So maybe it sees 5%. Then Ethereum may see up to 10%. And then other tokens that have maybe a newer stance in the crypto realm, they're going to be hit over 10%. And sometimes, if we have a look at 24-hour for the biggest losses, sometimes they go down quite a bit more. So if you think this is like really, really dangerous and really, really crazy, and if it scares you, and this of course is not financial advice, but this is not too scary. This is pretty normal, to be honest. It hurts to see this when your portfolio goes down like this, but you can see last month, similar thing happened. We can probably zoom in there. Where's the zoom here? Well, January was very, very vicious as well, like so. And then March, 137, not crazy, maybe down to 120. And now we've had this decent sell-off. Now I often reference traders that have a good record. However, remember, a good trader only has to be right 60% of the time, and they're still very, very profitable. So if Sol goes up, if Sol goes down, two great traders, one will say one, the other will say the other. In general, leverage is very, very risky. You can make a lot of money or you can lose a lot of money. So right now, all I'm doing is I'm buying some spot Sol, and I've got some limit orders set at 140. If it gets down to 130, I also have some limit orders down there. If it goes lower, then I don't have anything lower because I don't think it's going to hit. Let's have a look at why maybe the prices are going down. So Alex on Twitter has some thoughts on the war in the Middle East. Just landed in the Middle East as Iran and Israel are supposedly on the verge of a war. Such timing. So quick thoughts. Crypto flash entirely driven by war headlines plus, of course, liquidations. So how this generally works is something called Cascading Liquidations. I'll just bring up a graphic. So what are Cascading Liquidations? Cascading Liquidations usually coincide with an overheated or over-leveraged market. So what happens is the market price drops and things don't go as planned, and most lending protocols or centralized exchanges such as Bybit, Binance, etc. start to sell parts of your collateral to cover the amount. As this happens, of course, the price goes down. This increases the selling pressure as these liquidations happen. So if we pull up something from, say, CoinGecko, we'll be able to see it quite easily. This is Bitcoin here over the last 7 days. This is April 8th, 72,000. All of a sudden, maybe some bad news comes, like there's going to be a war, something like that. The price starts to go down, people's collateral starts to get sold. Some of the collateral is Bitcoin, it goes down further, and then further. In this case, it kind of came up, but this is where really things started to have cascading liquidations. One big drop from here to here, and then all the way down to here. That looked pretty brutal, but we can see an even more brutal one way back in 2020. So on this chart, it's not really been shown. This will give you a better indication of it though. Back in 2020, just before COVID was really fully underway, we had Bitcoin around $10,000. And then all of a sudden, lockdowns happened. It jumped all the way down to 5,000. And although it doesn't show it here, I'm pretty sure it went a lot lower than this. I'll show you quickly on Ethereum. So ETH was here, sitting at $284, and then down it came to 110. I think it actually went lower than that on some exchanges. But this is an idea of where things just cascade down. So cascading meaning falling, and things just fall down in value very fast. And that's what's basically happened in the last 24 hours. So back to Alex's tweet. He also mentioned the Fed is also getting more hawkish. Hawkish means that a government's more military minded and wanting to put money into the military to go fight wars or something like that. It means there's less attention on the economy and it's more on other countries and whatever. So they may not be so worried about what's happening in the US and propping up markets there, more about what's happening overseas. Alex does say that this is relatively priced in, probably because there's been conflict in the Middle East for quite some time. And the reference point here of February 2022, this is referencing Russia and Ukraine. He's feeling comfortable, heavy on BTC spot, though BTC would also drop if war takes place, 58k likely if so. Now if that happens, then Sol, ETH, all the major altcoins, all the altcoins in general, they will go down as well. The final prediction down here, military conflicts in the Middle East historically result in immediate shocks to global markets, primarily through disruptions in oil supplies. Shocks tend to be short-lived and have no long-lasting impact on risk assets. Now another take, and this is purely via technical analysis, is invest answers. Nice W there. It's a double bottom. What does this normally mean? Up, probably. What's the BTC number you're looking at? Same pump thinks if BTC goes under 65k, we can go down to 58k. However, he's just put out this post here. I'll emphasize again, this is the bid zone. You want to be long on the support as the risk reward is huge. If it fails, it's straight to 58k. But at least you've made the last stand with your brother bullers. He's a leverage trader and a very good trader. So don't go and playing this unless you know what you're doing. So what am I doing? I'm just buying spot Sol. I'm not buying any BTC or ETH or anything like that. I still believe firmly that Sol is the best. So I buy my Sol and I stake my Sol with validator.com. Trader Cos is another good trader. Now keep in mind that he thought it would bounce up. But this is one of the important things of making sure that you watch content daily. Ensure you're subscribed with the notifications on. When new data comes in, the thesis has to change. In the last 24 hours, all of a sudden it looked like Iran was going to invade Israel, at least per media reports. 48 hours ago, that information wasn't available. Or if it was, it wasn't broadly available. In terms of the number of liquidations, over $800 million worth of crypto longs liquidated in the past 24 hours. This is pretty massive, but in the global scheme of things, it's very, very minor. In traditional markets, there would have been billions and billions lost. Now onto on-chain stuff. Tensor Foundation is going to give away more of the supply to the top 2,900 users. 2.3% of the Tensor supply is going their way. People like retired Chad Dev that were very unhappy with their allocation, they'll be getting some more Tensor. With all these liquidations happening and you're watching your portfolio go down, don't worry too much in my opinion. Instead, just prepare for next week. We have the LFG vote, the second LFG vote, so make sure you're staking your Jup and also voting. Chemo's put out a post on all 6 candidates. So we've got Sanctum, Solana ID, 9 Heroes, this is a AAA game. Sourceful, this will be their second time trying to get enough votes to go forward. We've got Monkey Dex, once again, second time here as well. Uprock, I really like Uprock, this is their second time as well. So as you can see, we've got these 6 here. The vote will be coming up next Wednesday. Jussie also has a thread on all 6 of these as well. When the market's down, it's not as easy to make some money. Maybe it's a good idea to just go and start doing a little bit of airdrop farming. Make sure you're using Grass if you have enough internet bandwidth. And remember, don't get yourself banned, they're just getting into season 4. By the way, with all the lend liquidations, Kamino Finance was doing really, really well. Of course, go and check on your positions though. And this is an update on Marginfi and their assets leaving the platform. Assets are down, but I don't know how many people have actually been withdrawing. The reason why is if we have a look at DeFi Llama, the TVL is down in general. So Kamino, of course, down 15% due to the fact that price of assets has dropped, but Marginfi in one day is down 20%. So they are losing some funds, so maybe this amount is correct in terms of actual withdrawals. The Solana Scribes Content Hackathon winners have been announced. So this was organized by Lamport DAO, amongst many, many others, and there were a massive number of submissions and participants. I've won a couple, which is really great. You may have as well, so go and check out this thread. And in future, if you can create some content, go and create content. Content is king. All supply difficulty has increased. So it's now 4 times the difficulty, we should see less transactions. And also, as the token's gone from, well, realistically 3,600, all the way down to less than $100, there's going to be a lot less people actually trying to extract some economic value out of this project. So the number of transactions on Solana probably going to be dropping from that 30% that they had. Blessed Burgers game, you have less than 24 hours to submit for pre-game. If you have a Blessed Burger, and I do, make sure you go and vote. And if you're playing the Heist, check into Discord. The Rump's executive economy changes effective immediately. Now there's many new people to crypto and Solana watching my content. So I want to make sure that this is on your radar as something to basically avoid. I've seen a couple people point this out. There are several big red flags. Never heard of them in the Solana ecosystem discussions or on socials. Pops out of nowhere with a public token sale. Buzzwords like AI. Twitter created in March 2024. Only a few tweets, but already 4x of followers than Kamino has gained since August 2022. And remember, Kamino has more than $1 billion worth of TVL and no indication of anything about the team or who they are. And as Marky says, so apparently they have one of the biggest Solana communities, but they just got created? Now you may see some people, some influencers that you like, promoting this sort of thing. Firstly, this first one is a fake link, but a lot of people are pointing it out. I get weird vibes from this project. I trust you KOLs. So Zach is obviously mentioning that this is a scam or something that's going to extract a lot of liquidity from the ecosystem. Solf says, I'm so ready for this one. Strange. And I think if we go through quite a few of these, maybe they went and tried to pay off some people to promote it. I'm not entirely sure, but this looks really, really weird. I'll show you why. Having a look at their Twitter, joined March 2024, they have the gold tick, so they cost them like $1,500 or something like that every month. And they have 432,000 followers, yet only 190 people that I follow personally, which is very, very low. Like for reference, let's have a look at, say, Solana Mobile followed by 1,000 people that I know, or maybe Kamino, followed by 852 people that I know. For these guys, only 190. Lots of impressions, so they definitely know how to work social media. Then we go off to their website, all-in-one liquidity nexus on Solana powered by AI. This is completely silly. Anyway, going down, they've branded everything with the Solana colors, which is normal but annoying. Solana projects, you should pick your own colors, do your own brand kit, and they've put in a little bit of effort into their website, but really it's just a one-pager. Features, roadmap, it's all there. Docs, if we come into the docs and we try to search for team, we have no idea who the team is. So if you want to be rugged, jump in. Otherwise, in my opinion, stay away. These are my opinions, not financial advice. If you are a legitimate team out there, then announce it. Otherwise, you're definitely just extracting liquidity from the ecosystem. Now onto the actionables. So manage your leverage and DeFi positions. Place and limit orders on Phoenix Trade and Jup.ag if you think Sol will go lower, or maybe you think Jup will go lower, or maybe you think W will go lower. As an example, I would like some more W token. I think it's around 55 cents. Maybe I go set some orders at 45 cents, 40 cents. DCA your conviction plays on Jup.ag. So if you can't actually time the bottoms, which is very hard to do, then maybe taking $500 and going and DCAing over, say, 2 weeks with Jup. Buying a little bit of W token every day, a little bit of Jup every day, a little bit of Sol every day, something like that. Prepare your wallets for Jup's LFG vote. Maybe there's still a wallet out there that you have to go and claim your Jup on. So go claim it, stake it, and then prepare it in your spreadsheet so you know which ones have to be voted with. And use dBridge Finance if you want to try and accrue some points for what will be in the future their token drop. That's all for today. Sunday tomorrow, so go touch grass, and I'll catch you Monday.